Hey everyone, my name's Chris from BuyAutoParts. I'm one of the salesmen there. Today we're out of the office, Saturday morning. We're going to be doing a wheel hub on my 2004 Dodge Dakota. Right here are some of the tools we're going to need for the installation. Removal, we're going to need a hammer. We're going to need a socket, 13/16 or 3/4 inch for the lug nut. We're going to need a 1/2 inch ratchet, a 3/8 ratchet. We're going to need a couple sockets. We're going to need a 1 7/16 1/2 inch. That's going to be for the locking nut for the hub assembly. We're going to need a 1/2 inch 13/16. That's going to be for the brake caliper mount. And we're going to need a 3/8 drive. Let's see here, that's a 9/16. That's going to be for the brake caliper to the mount. And of course, we're going to need the new hub assembly. All right, cool. So today we're going to start with the hub assembly. For starters, you're going to want to remove all the brake components. So you're going to start with the actual caliper. You're going to use a 3/8 ratchet along with the 9/16 wrench. You're going to remove all the hardware that holds the caliper on. Okay. As soon as you get all the hardware out that holds the brake caliper on, you're going to go ahead and remove the brake caliper. Slide off. A little bit of work, sometimes you need to use a screwdriver.
All the time.
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and remove the brake caliper. Use a little screwdriver, a little spry. Take a little bit of work to get it off. You're not going to want to let it hang. It's very important to put wear on the brake hose here. So you're going to set this up here. You can get it to balance, hook it on the shield, or use a wire tie or bungee cord to secure it. You just don't want to let it hang on the brake line. And remove the brake pads, put those back in later. Next, we're going to remove the brake caliper mount. You're going to require a 1/2 inch ratchet along with a 13/16 socket. Going to be 2 mounting bolts. Loosen those up. Sometimes they can be pretty stubborn. The vehicle has some rust. Once you get both the bolts out, you're going to go ahead and remove the bracket, set it aside. Next step, the rotor is just going to come right off. That's the hub assembly exposed. Next step, you're going to use the 1/2 inch ratchet along with the 1 7/16 socket or 32 millimeter. Go ahead and break it loose. Sometimes you might need to use some lubricant like some WD-40 or penetrating grease. The lubricant if there's a lot of rust. Next step is going to be removing the actual hub assembly. So now right now we're trying to remove the hub assembly. Depending on how bad it is and heat generated in the hub, if it's going bad, it can make it pretty tough to get it off the actual spindle. So it can take some work, either a puller, give it some love with a hammer here. Hopefully try to work it off. Coming very slowly. So right now we're trying to remove this rusty hub from this Dodge Dakota. We're going to use a specially designed puller just for this. Attached to the lug studs using some of the lug nuts. Got a 10-pound slide hammer here to help pull that hub off the spindle. Just like that. So we'll go ahead and compare the new hubs here. You're going to just do a quick match, make sure everything's good. Lug nuts are the same. You're going to want to confirm with your vehicle prior to ordering the hub if you have 2- or 4-wheel ABS. It's very simple to do. Standard trucks come with 2-wheel ABS, and the 2 wheels in the back are the ones with the ABS. So you'll have no electrical wires going to the front of the truck. If you need to determine this, you can lay under your truck, and you'll want to look for any electrical wires going to the center section of the wheel. So if you have an electrical wire coming through here, anywhere back here, you'll have a sensor on it that's going to read a ring on the hub assembly called a reluctor ring. So this one, as you can see, does not have 2-wheel ABS, or does not have 4-wheel ABS. It's going to be a 2-wheel ABS application. So you're going to confirm that the back of the hubs are similar, with no reluctor ring for the ABS to read. So now we're going to go ahead and get this cleaned up, and we're going to reinstall the hub. You're going to want to make sure that you replace the axle nut, or the spindle nut. It's very important this is replaced with the new one. We're going to want to get the spindle cleaned up here. Get ready to reinstall our new hub assembly. So we're going to wipe it down with a rag. We have some emery cloth, which I'm going to use here just to get rid of some of that surface rust since this was so hard to get off. You're not going to want to use any kind of heavy sandpaper or anything. No power tools. You're just want to kind of clean that surface rust off of this. Get ready for the reinstallation of the hub. Spray it off here. Some cleaner. And wipe it down. And we'll make sure there's no debris along where the hub is going to sit against the spindle head here. Very important, or the spindle or the hub assembly won't properly seat. Now we're going to go ahead and reinstall the hub assembly. You can see that went all the way down. You're going to want to confirm it's sitting flush with the back of the spindle. See, it spins nice and free. So now you're going to want to install your brand new spindle nut. And I want to confirm this is a lock nut. It's got the polyurethane ring inside, so you won't need any sealer or Loctite on that. Go ahead and reinstall the nut. You're going to want to snug this down. And then after this, you're going to want to grab your torque wrench. Because this is going to need to be torqued to the specific specifications of the vehicle. In order to determine that, it's best you either look in the manual or contact a local dealership to find out the correct specifications of torque set this. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and torque this to the specifications for the vehicle. You're going to want to go ahead and set your torque wrench. Very important this is tightened properly. That just holds your wheel on the vehicle. You're going to go ahead and tighten it down. Okay, properly torqued. It's nice and free and nice and smooth. I'm going to start the reinstallation of the brake rotor, caliper mount, and brake caliper, and we'll be good to go. Okay, cool. So now we're going to do the reinstallation of everything here. Go ahead and start with the brake rotor. Slide it on. Next is the caliper bracket. And 2 bolts. You're going to want to make sure you use Loctite on these threads, just to make sure they don't back out at all. Put it on there. You don't need a ton of it, just a little bit. Reinstall the bracket. Get both of those bolts started. Go ahead and tighten them down. You're also going to want to tighten these to specifications for the manufacturer, just like you did the center spindle nut. Next, we're going to go ahead and reassemble the brake caliper pads. That pad's installed. We're going to reinstall the front pad. After those are installed, pulled away. Now we're going to reinstall our caliper. Slide the caliper over and take a little bit of the hammer. So, go ahead and use a 3/8 ratchet. Along with the socket, we usually take them off. Alright, we're going to go ahead and tighten these down. It's very important you go by manufacturer specifications on these as well. So hold on all your braking. And that's going to conclude the installation of the hub assembly.